Hello, welcome back to Celebrate Talks here at Celebrate Nashville in Centennial Park, hosted by NECAT, a department within the Nashville Public Library. I am here talking with Joseline. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here.
Good. Now tell us about what organization you're with.
Yeah, so I'm here with the Metro Office of Family Safety. We help people in any violence of situations in the home. So our mission is to increase victim safety and offender accountability. And we serve anybody from all backgrounds and languages experiencing any type of interpersonal violence or abuse. And we do that with advocacy and case management, multidisciplinary teams, and other departments that we have within our office.
Great. So a fellow Metro department. Wow, that's so important for there to be resources for individuals dealing with that type of trauma and hardship. How did you get involved in this type of work?
Yeah, so I was always drawn to this type of work, to helping people, and the mission that we have within our organization really aligns with my own mission and values. And we just work so hard to keep everybody safe. And our vision is a world with no violence, and that everybody has respect and is free from any type of violence and is safe.
That's a great mission, and it's super important. I think we all want to feel safe in the world, right?
Yes.
So if somebody is going through a violent situation, a domestic situation, how would they go about getting in touch with your office?
Yeah, so we have two locations. We have a location at the courthouse, and we have a location on 610 Murfreesboro Pike, which is right next to the police headquarters. Anybody can just walk in. Our location on Murfreesboro Pike is open 24/7. And people are welcome to call. We also have a website with a live chat feature, and people can just message in with their experiencing, with what they're experiencing, and we have advocates ready to help them. All of our services are free and confidential, and available in all languages. So we have interpreters and bilingual staff available to help. That's why we wanted to make sure to be here today at Celebrate Nashville to reach other people from all types of backgrounds. And yeah, they can just come and call or chat with us on our website.
That's great. I like it that you mentioned confidentiality, because I can imagine that when someone is going through a traumatic situation, maybe a domestic situation, they're scared about there might be retaliation. What are some steps that are taken to ensure that confidentiality and that the victims stay safe?
Yeah, so our buildings are very intentional, even from just how they were built. So our entrance is kind of hidden away from the main road, so that not everybody driving by can see people walking in. We have security there, going through, letting people go through, making sure that everybody is safe. And we have an area that is just for our clients, what are called client service rooms. And all of our staff is required to maintain confidentiality. We cannot talk about anything that goes on in the building with anybody that doesn't work in our building. And we make sure that if there are referrals that they want us to do for counseling or for shelter, they do sign a form that we can share their information just with that agency. So we are very protective over the confidentiality for our clients, and we make sure that that is one of our priorities as well.
Wonderful. I imagine that that the language issue that you mentioned, if someone doesn't speak English as a first language, or maybe someone that's newer to the city or the country, that adds another layer of complexity and probably fear, or just for the victim. And how do you address that?
Yeah, definitely. Part of my work was to create a language access plan, which walks our staff through how to exactly serve all of our clients from different backgrounds and languages. So as soon as someone walks into our building, we have a huge welcome wall in all types of different languages, all the languages that are spoken in Metro Public Schools. And it's a beautiful mural, and so as soon as they walk in our building, they have that sense that they are welcome, whoever they are, wherever they come from. We have bilingual staff that speak Spanish and Arabic that can welcome the clients walking in. And we also have interpreters available 24/7 to help with all languages, but also with American Sign Language interpreters. We have video interpreting too to make it more personal, phone interpreting, and our staff interprets as well. So we have set policies in place to make sure that everyone receives quality services, and we make sure to not use any type of family members or kids to interpret for adults. We take that very seriously, and so servicing people of all languages is a huge priority for us as well.
That's really important. Tell me again the official name of your department, please.
Yes, so our name is the Metro Nashville Office of Family Safety.
Office of Family Safety. And what are some of the most common, just to kind of normalize that, like, someone's not, I don't want it to be normalized, but, you know, so someone knows they're not the only person dealing with this. What are some of the most common incidents or issues you're dealing with?
Yeah, well, all the types of interpersonal violence. We focus a lot on domestic violence, so intimate partner violence is what we call it, and those are the situations that mostly walk into our building. But we also serve people who are experiencing any type of abuse, like elder abuse or child abuse. Also, people who are being stalked or with human trafficking. We help with all of those types of situations as well. But we do see a lot of domestic violence, I think, is a huge chunk of our services. But we serve everybody experiencing any type of abuse. And in 2022, we served almost 9,000 clients experiencing any types of these types of abuse.
Wow, 9,000. That's a statistic that we don't really want to hear, but it is a reality. So it's really just a great service for the community that exists because of it. It says that we as a city don't want it to be a violent city for anybody, even behind the closed doors of their homes.
Exactly, and we do say we don't know what's going on behind those closed doors. So Nashville is just we are very lucky to have people dedicated to this work, to making sure that Nashville is a safe city for people to live in freely and full of respect.
Are there like Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, it's a different thing, but that support group model, are there support group models?
Yes, so we do have case management that follows up. So our advocacy is kind of crisis intervention, in the moment, filing for orders of protection. But for case management, we do offer resources and referrals to partner agencies who do help with those types of situations as well, to make sure that wherever they are in their walk to being safe, that we can help support them. And we have a couple of support groups that are held in our buildings as well. And we announce that on our websites and social medias too, if anybody is interested. We also have a Voices group, which is a group of survivors who are putting in the work and who are just giving back to the community, and they're wonderful people giving back and making sure that this work is done here in Nashville.
If there was one aspect of your work, the issues, the challenges you see in the community that you could shine light on, what would it be?
I think with being here at Celebrate Nashville, the cultural festival, is raising that awareness. A lot of people think domestic violence or interpersonal violence might just be physical, but there's so many different types, and so a lot of the work that we do is making sure that people from all different backgrounds know those different types of abuse, and we focus a lot on training the community and educating people around the types of abuse, the signs to look out for, and also the resources that are available to everybody experiencing these types of abuse.
Right, love is not supposed to hurt like that. I know that financial and emotional abuse are also things. It's a somber topic, but it's an important one because it's not a world that we want to live in where people are hurt and abused.
Right, and it's important that we do talk about it. Even it is a little uncomfortable, and in some places a little taboo to talk about violence that happens in the home. But that is our mission: is for people to talk about it and making sure that violence is not normalized or perpetrated any further than it is.
You mentioned that human trafficking is also an issue. I've seen on social media little things like, oh, if somebody puts a note on your car or a zip tie around your door handle, like those are ways that individuals are targeted. I don't know if that's just social media lore or if that's something that you're seeing in our community that folks need to be aware of.
Yeah, and we have different educational material around human trafficking because there are moments like that happen. But also, human trafficking is not just what we see on the media and movies. Human trafficking can also be a close family member using somebody to gain money, and selling their daughters or their loved ones. And so human trafficking is just more than what we see on the media as well. But definitely there is still some instances where people should look out for, and we do a lot of training around that topic. So on our website we have a training library. So if anybody is interested on that topic as well, we love to have anybody see those resources to educate themselves more on the topic.
Well, I'm really grateful for that work that you're doing in our community. There's certainly a need, and often I know when folks are going through situations like that, it can be scary to speak up and have a voice, so they need advocates to do that for them. To kind of put a positive spin on it a little bit, do you see success stories? Do you see individuals that are able to go from these abuse situations to then thriving and having loving, healthy relationships and lives?
Yes, absolutely. We have statistics where if people come into our building, they are more likely to follow through the process just because they have that extra support that is needed. And so we have a lot of success stories with wonderful clients who have followed through and put in the work and are now living a life of free from violence and full of respect. And we have clients who have just completely turned their life around, and makes us so proud because it's such an honor to be a part of that transformation and being able to see people who were being abused now living this life free from that. It's just a wonderful thing, and we do see that often. So we would love to help anybody else acquire that too.
So it can get better.
Yes, it
Thank you so
definitely can.
much.
There is hope, and nobody is alone here in Nashville.
Well, with that message of hope, what is one of your favorite, totally shifting gears here, to celebrate Nashville here at Centennial Park? What is one of your favorite things about being here today? I assume you have a tent where folks can come.
Yes, we do have a tent. It's in the bazaar area right here with all the tents with the merchants and nonprofits right next to the food. My favorite thing is just I've been here, I'm a Nashville native, and I've been here lots of times for the past 3 years or so, and it's just wonderful to see all the communities come together and celebrate, not only accept the diversity, but also celebrate it. And I think that's the most wonderful thing about this event, being able to be here and see everybody coming together for that. But if anybody is interested in more information from us, we do have a tent here.
Great, super cool. Yeah, it's a fun day here at Centennial Park with Celebrate Nashville. Come on down. And we are broadcasting live from NECAT, powered by the Nashville Public Library on Comcast channels 9, 10, and 19. Thank you so much.